Look, y'all put y'all faith in presidents like they gon' change this country. Run the league and let y'all play cause y'all gon' make a money. Fuck Obama, he ain't come here on cargo slave ship. What the fuck he do for blacks in his administration? I'm waiting, patient like a saint. Black, Hispanic, Native, they hate your ass the same. Paint Christ in they image, paint you as a slave. God ain't all love, scriptures say he hate. African soul niggas, they know we not the same. School to prison pipeline to get you off the streets. Put you in the cell toilet connected to the sink. Molested as a kid, she prostituted as a teen. The byproduct of Martin Luther King dream. They just took the yoke off, my nigga, we ain't free. We living bleak in these wastelands of poverty. If you don't know the truth, then the lies sound promising. Prophecy, gift and the curse. Dylan started killing, they was sitting in church. Black folk forgave them, man, this shit is absurd. You should never let your enemy, that shit ain't gon' work. Yeah, fuck dying on your knees, you better die in glory. Man, I joined the U.P.K, taught me the art of warring. I took a nigga life like mine to be recognized. I feel that pain every day, it can't be reconciled. Pops banging, my sister a prostitute, my brother got life, and somehow I still found the truth. War ready, no cowards, no excuse. Fuck reparations, you can't bandage no open wounds. Blood on the leaves, body swing hung from a noose. I was on a run in Nashville and I found the truth. I called the school, classes being held by the shot on my life. I want to be a gangster like a cop. Do this for my brothers, real brotherhood. Everything we do, we got it out this book. My nigga, I can never be no African. U.P.K the only authorized acronym. I'm passionate about my brothers and sisters. We in hell, I ain't got nothing against them. That's another religion. If it ain't under YAHANNA, ain't he murdered by them and got a hug from YAHANNA. That's the way out for a coward in my observation. They don't fear the Lord, they indoctrinated. Wolves in sheep clothing, Joe Osteen. Real priest bringing back black royalty. One West on my headpiece, ranking order. Can't let them trick me off the streets, I gotta raise my daughter. I got brothers at the border ducking ICE agents. I got the name change, it was life changing. My family thought it was a game. Put on all black, they said I was going through a phase. It's more of us in jail than it was slaves. Chose by the Lord, we could never be the same. Soon as they born, the wicked go astray. They left the truth, they wasn't with us anyway. Niggas weak, they just saying anything to be truthful. We don't want no cowards anyway. Look, coronavirus, that's a plague. You don't get too much sleep when you waking up the dead. First camp, I cut off all my dreads. I took an oath when that oil hit my head. Niggas capping like they lids. I'm a priest, I never stick no fork in no pig. I was dead till I found out how to live. This brotherhood taught me how to be a man. I came back to my roots, I had to dig. A couple gaps I had to bridge. I got a rib, I'm married to this work. You wanna serve the Lord, he ain't in the Christian church. Came back to my roots, I had to dig. A couple gaps I had to bridge. I got a rib, I'm married to this work. You wanna serve the Lord, he ain't in the Christian church.
You gotta turn the headphones up just a little bit. Yeah.
So up a y'all dog. 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 So up a y'all dog.
When I say my prayers, I gotta turn to the east, turn to the east, turn to the east. Before you go to war, y'all, you better turn to the east, turn to the east, turn to the east. When I say my prayers, I gotta turn to the east, turn to the east, turn to the east. Before you go to war, y'all, you better turn to the east, turn to the east, turn to the east.
I used to wake up every every morning, boy, and all I seen was mess. Plus the shit that I was dealing with, all I seen was stress. Now I really know the truth, and I understand what hurting niggas. Beast of the fields, they eat us up, and they hurting you. U.P.K is what I'm repping. Siamese a weapon. Some of you niggas playing, but me, I'm really stepping. The mission that I'm on is waking up all our people. Show them we are the greatest. Nothing about a sequel. Them heathens, they gon' learn. Them heathens, they gon' burn. Esau is about to fall, then Jacob is all turned. They been fucking with the chosen, so they gotta pay. Revelation 13 and 10. Tell me, what does it say?
So I be out with dawn. So I be out with dawn. So I be out with dawn. So I be out with dawn.
When I say my prayers, I gotta turn to the east. Turn to the east. Turn to the east. Before you go to war, y'all, you better turn to the east. Turn to the east. Turn to the east. When I say my prayers, I gotta turn to the east. Turn to the east. Turn to the east. Before you go to war, y'all, you better turn to the east. Turn to the east. Turn to the east.
The blood that's in my veins descends straight from the greatest. All of my toolies blow, but that 40 know it's my favorite. And we losing all our babies to this crazy shit we represent. The money and the world, nigga, this crazy shit ain't making sense. We the children of the light, and we fighting all the darkness. The way I'm stacking ammo, my bitches thinking I'm heartless. Them devils get the smile and got you thinking that he harmless. Remember Oklahoma? That is where them cracker bombs. The pain will make you wake up. You know they really hate us. They turn the truth into a lie. That's the shit they gotta pay for. The mission that I'm on is waking up all our people. Show them we are the greatest. Nothing about a sequel. Yeah.
So I be out with dawn. 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 So I be out with dawn.
When I say my prayers, I gotta turn to the east. Turn to the east. Turn to the east. Before you go to war, y'all, you better turn to the east. Turn to the east. Turn to the east. When I say my prayers, I gotta turn to the east. Turn to the east. Turn to the east. Before you go to war, y'all, you better turn to the east. Turn to the east. Turn to the east.
Yeah, on 44 shit, you know what I mean? Busy man. Look, when that shit drop, you step all the way on their neck, step on their neck and their head with that shit.
Friday, I ain't show no mercy, we gon' show them boy what time it is. I pop out like I'm Samuel, I got time to kill. Haters thought I died, I survived. They don't know how I did it, got it out the mud. Straight to glory, they don't know how I did it. Nice, but he don't show them skills, how I show them skills. He ride, but he don't work the wheel, how I work the wheel. They mad, up to solid, circle tight, yeah, vacuum seal. No, they want my life, I ain't worried. I got rank from there, I got real soldiers, kill for me, nigga. Watch yourself. They said you been in beast mode lately, you is not yourself. When you dropping that fire, precious marriage, they inquiring. They can't stop what's coming, but I see them conspiring. Cross the line, them firing. This bitch here, finna break the skin. No kindness, I don't trust you, circle small. You can keep your features. Me and my niggas don't keep no secrets. And it feel like Jeepers Creepers. And they want some smoke, dog. So I brought these chimney sweets. Coming like we coming, you can't even cap. These niggas don't run it like we run it, bitch, don't even start. Bitch, I'm with my niggas till the end, till death do us part. So if you wanna leave, you can leave, bitch. Bless your heart, fine in. I ain't show no mercy, we gon' show them boy what time it is. I pop out like I'm Samuel, I got time to kill. Haters thought I died, I survived. They don't know how I did it, got it out the mud, straight to glory. They don't know how I feel. He nice, but he don't show them skills, how I show them skills. He ride, but he don't work the wheel, how I work the wheel. Oh, I got a man,
major motion. Think I'm joking. I'ma school them niggas like they baby Jody. Got it out the dust. Now I'm too clean. Don't know why they hate me. What you want out life, dog? Guns and butter, baby boy. U.P.K top, dog. Certified road runner. I'ma turn that E.K into a damn tank. I got choppers stashed in that attic like they Air France. They had that shit on lock till I snapped on them like ball cutters. You cannot play both sides. Gotta choose your colors. See him throwing that one up with that W. That's my blood, bro. Fine. I ain't show no.
Yeah. I'ma turn an eco line van into a damn tank. Golly, what's going on, Israel? We the I.S.U.P.K. started out at 1 West 125th Street in Harlem, New York, under Commander General YAHANNA. We rocking it out in Fayetteville. Got my main man, Precinct Officer Y.A.H.ANNA, all up in the building. Yeah. We in here holding it down for the Wednesday night class. Okay, thank y'all for tuning in. Anybody that got any questions, type them in. We gonna get it in. All right, y'all see what's going on in the earth. Y'all see what kind of time we in. Y'all see what's happening. Time for us to come back to the Lord, serve the Most High the right way, change your life. Okay. I.S.U.P.K is the home of the truth.
Right.
This is the only place you're going to get them breakdowns. That's correct. You ain't got to worry about your leader being a rainbow coalitioner. You ain't got to worry about, your children being harmed and your wives being taken. You ain't got to worry about being robbed up in here. All right. Satan going to try whatever he want to do, but he ain't going to win this one. All right. So first off, we're going to jump right into it again. Glad to have you brothers and sisters in here tuning in. And any questions, please type them in. This is not the Christian church. You can ask whatever you want to. Okay. We're going to go straight into the Apocrypha if we could. We're going to go to 2nd Ezra, the 7th chapter, and we're going to start off at verse 36. And going into this, just touching on a few points, is knowing exactly what we're getting into. Again, any questions for the people, it doesn't have to be super on topic. It could be something you might have had before you came in. But what I want to kind of get on is how vital and important it is to be in this work.
Right.
Also going into a couple laws towards the end, if I may, and then bringing out a little bit of World War III. I let Officer Kowal know I'm gonna kind of be all over the place, but I'm gonna keep it, I'm gonna keep it U.P.K. All right. I walked in, Officer Banka, y'all say you. I said, calm, yeah, that's the water. He was like, you want ice? La. Straight. All right. So please, if you could, 2nd Ezra, the 7th chapter, starting at verse 36.
Most High in Christ. The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 7, verse 36. Then said I, Abraham prayed first for the Sodomites.
Keep going.
And Moses for the fathers that sinned in the wilderness.
Now, what's heavy about this? We're going to break it down. What does this sound like it's saying? Christians and people who got a sick mind, Abraham ain't praying for homosexuals.
That's right.
Abraham ain't praying, he ain't praying for lesbians. What's like it real quick? How I know the terms.
Yeah, whatever you can use, the LGBTQIA+.
Perfect. Okay, I didn't want to get us in any, Okay, so Abraham won't praying for gays. Abraham won't praying for homosexuals. He won't praying for lesbians, but he was praying for the Sodomites. Moses too. Moses for the fathers that sinned in the wilderness. He was praying too. What does this mean for us? What is this saying about us? We praying for you evil people in the world.
Right.
We praying for you brothers and sisters who have done wickedness also. And we're going to read it. We gonna read it, and we gonna read why. Abraham prayed for them sodomites. Why? Not to be continuing in the lifestyle of homosexuals and gay and lesbians. He was praying for God to show mercy and not destroy them,
Right.
for them to turn around and do right. Even though they still got destroyed, Sodom and Gomorrah got wiped out. But the same thing that was done then is the same thing. And that's what men of God do anyway. Real men of the Lord, they pray and pray to the Most High that the Lord don't wipe out the nation, the men and the women and the children. So for all you nutbags out there, and I'm bringing this out too, because I had somebody try to tell me, and what's the word? Pushing for the 2/3.
Right.
The hell's wrong with you? We don't pray that you brothers and sisters die. We praying that y'all live, that you turn your life around. And we reading about real men of God who did the same thing.
That's right.
That's the difference. And that's why I started this off by saying we the I.S.U.P.K. And you're only going to get the breakdowns correctly in here. You go in them other groups and hear about them and what they talking about. You heard them before. They talking about the 2/3 dying and being wiped out. They can't wait for this and can't wait for that. We going Negro, don't you know you was in the world too? You was in the world too at one time. I was in the world. But a few good soldiers, great men, turned their life around and was teaching them scriptures in DC and teaching them scriptures in Philly, in New York. And then it came all the way down here to North Carolina. And the Lord saw fit to wake my dumb ass up and get me together. And now here we are doing the same thing for y'all, and which is what is so beautiful. And we're going to really get into it. Can you read it again, please?
We're in the book of 2nd Ezra, the 7th chapter, verse 36. Then said I, Abraham prayed first for the Sodomites.
He won't praying about homosexuals. He won't praying for them to be lesbians. He was praying that God would not destroy them. Keep going.
And Moses for the fathers that sinned in the wilderness.
And Moses for the fathers that sinned in the wilderness. This was years ago. These things happened centuries ago. But right now, we doing the same thing. Keep going.
Verse 37. And YAHANNA after him for Israel in the time of Achan.
Right. So this ain't the YAHANNA Christ that we know about during the Savior we talking. This was another YAHANNA in the fight during the time of the against the Midians. Keep going.
Verse 38. And Samuel and David for the destruction, and Solomon for them that should come to the sanctuary.
Keep going.
Verse 39. And Helius for those that receive rain, and for the dead that he might live. And Ezekiel for the people in the time of Sennacherib.
These are men who were fighting at one time the same way we fighting now. You said it, you two are. These men here fought and prayed and asked the Lord to not destroy the people, who took good godly men, not some nutbag who runs around wanting black people to die. You done came into the knowledge of the truth. You done found out you an Israelite. You done found out what tribe you from. And the first thing you go and do is talk about how messed up and wicked everybody else is and how God need to destroy them. What about you? Come on, please.
No, Salakia, that's so heavy because I think about what Christ said. Think not that I've come to do away with the law or the prophets. These are the prophets that he's speaking about.
Exactly.
And it's about, we one nation, one family.
Exactly.
Moses and Abraham and all these brothers, they recognize family.
Right.
That's what we want. We want our family to turn away from their wickedness. Salakia.
No, you're good. We together. We here. We here. But that's right. They seeing that like we seeing that. We seeing the same thing they were seeing. That's another way am I doing the right thing in here? Is Satan really trying to what's the word? Disband us in here? Yes. So who am I to act like I don't know what fight I'm in. That we're gonna read that too. Who am I to not recognize? Oh, I'm recognizing, and I'm choosing the family. I'm choosing the Israelites. I'm choosing these Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian brothers and sisters and children and babies and the ones that were here before and the ones that are to come. You better recognize this thing. Recognize this here, that good men of the Lord. What do you think this work is? Why do you think we go to camp? Why do you think we sacrifice our weekends? We sacrifice now. We in the truth. We in the truth. Some of us got 2, 3, 4 wives. Kids are good. The Lord allow us to have the knowledge. I would say most of us, if not all of us, are financially straight. We might, have to drop a few hundreds, but for the most part, we got a roof over our head, eat every day. So what about you? So should I then turn around and treat you like garbage, or should I pray for you too? Should I go out and fight for you too? Should we hit those streets? Should we be in the libraries? Should we be in our schools? Should we be on those street corners? You damn right we should. That's what these men were doing. Praying for men and the men and the women. Praying for the Israelites. Praying for the wicked at that time. Same thing we're doing now, and we're going to read about it. Come on.
And many for many.
And many for many. What's and many for many? Many men prayed for many. You got all these brothers in Fayetteville, Charlotte, Raleigh, DC, Philly, California, Texas, the UK, all over the world. We're many, and we're praying for many.
Right.
We're praying for you the same way men before me prayed for myself. The same way men before Officer Bonkayo or all the captains and them generals, those men put in work too. These are the men that was praying. These are the men that was doing the work and holding it down the same way we doing now. And we are going to read it word for word. Come on.
Verse 41. Even so now, seeing corruption is grown up.
Seeing corruption is grown up, meaning corruption is everywhere. Right. Corruption is at your front door. Corruption is in your father's bedroom. Corruption is in your mother's bedroom. Corruption is everywhere. Corruption is in the church. Corruption is on the street corner. Drug dealers, crackheads, child molestation. Your fathers are drunk. Your mother's doing heroin in the room. Everywhere. It's everywhere. You turn on the TV, homosexuals kissing in the mouth. You turn on the TV, it's pushing to go into the U.S. Army and go die.
That's right.
You turn on the television, it's nothing but gang violence, drugs, every Stars, every HBO, The Wire, Power Part 2, right. Power 3, BMF. Right. What's next? A Paid in Full with 50 and Camerons coming out. Belly. Can I keep going? State Property.
Right.
Everything is grown up with corruption. Everything. Keep going.
And wickedness increased.
And with the same thing. Wickedness increased. Wickedness growing. And it's everywhere. You go on Instagram, titties and behind everywhere. You go on it, Shalom, everything and everywhere. It's all over. And what the hell do you expect? Do you expect what? What does Esau say? Esau teaches his sons, be like your father. Your father has a business. Get a business. Your mother does this. Esau's daughters, your mother does this. Be this. They grow up like that. Our fathers in the bedroom high. Our fathers drunk somewhere. Our fathers in prison. Our fathers are destroyed and our mothers are destroyed. We out there. We destroyed and all over the place because it's everywhere. So what do you expect a young black man or Hispanic man to do? Have all of this around him and not be that? Of course he's going to be in that, which is why it's vital that we're here. It's vital that we put this time in and to turn that around and change that. Please continue.
It's the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 7 and verse 41. Even so now, seeing corruption is grown up and wickedness increased, and the righteous have prayed for the ungodly.
Didn't we just say that? Weren't we just talking about praying for the ungodly? Why would righteous men pray for ungodly men? Why would we spend our weekends to go out there to change the lives of drug dealers, drug users, homosexuals, Christian pastors? Why are we trying to change and pray? Why are righteous men praying for ungodly? Because it's everywhere. If it's not for us, no one's going to do it. No one's going to do the job we do. That's the flip of it. The flip of it is this. We come into the knowledge of the truth. You change your life. You in the I.S.U.P.K. You might get financially better. You might get in shape. You might go through a little fire, but at the end of it, you stronger than you ever was. You got breakdowns. You got wives. You got beautiful children. But right outside the door is death. Right outside the door is that wickedness and corruption. And you have men like us praying for those ungodly. When we're not praying for them to stay the same way, we're praying for them to get right and change like we did. Please continue.
Come. Wherefore shall it not be so now also?
So back then, isn't it what's happening now? What's happening back then that we read about in these few verses is happening now. The same thing they were doing then, and those godly men trying to get them the godly men trying to get the wicked and ungodly people to change and pray for them and work with them and get them right. Isn't it happening now? Don't you see men who are doing what God said to do? Don't you see men who put away their life and serve the Most High? And we're trying to get you to do it. We're trying to get the ungodly to not be ungodly, but be righteous. Because I was an evil bastard too. The brothers in this school will definitely agree and might share their story. Maybe not. Got to get a couple Jack Daniels or something like that. But you will learn that we had a past too. And you will learn that we left that wickedness behind and then changed and became something brand new, totally brand new. Keep going, please.
42. He answered me and said, this present life is not the end where much glory doth abide.
What does that mean? What is the angel saying? What is he answering with? He's saying this present life is not the end where much glory doth abide or doth live. Abide means to live. So what is he saying? He's saying this present life is not the end where much glory doth abide. Why? Because there's what's outside your door. What is glory? Glory is power and righteousness.
Right.
So glory does not live here. When you step outside, that ain't glory. Young men can't open their front door and go outside and see the word of God, see beautiful Black and Hispanic people, see daughters being raised by their fathers. They can't go out and see the word of God, go out and see the international steel company of the Negro, the international toothpick factory of the Negro, the international automotive industry of the Negro. They can't go outside and see clean cut grass and beautiful homes and families and children and old elderly in the street and just being alive, because there's no power or righteousness here. There's no glory here. What is here? Death is here. So when he says this present life is not the end where much glory doth abide, because it's all wickedness here.
Right.
It's what? It's increased. The wickedness is increased and the corruption is grown up. Finish it off, please.
Therefore Therefore have they prayed for the weak.
You know why? Therefore, they have prayed for the weak, because when we were weak, strong men prayed for us. So when we became strong, now we're praying for you evil niggas who run around wanting Israelites to die, wanting them 2/3 to be destroyed. You are a dumb ass. Just because it speaks about the 2/3 being wiped out, do you know which ones they are? No, dumb nigga, you don't know which ones they are. That's why you have to go out and teach, like the scriptures say. Don't it say stand on the pulpit of wood and teach the children? So who are you, former wicked Negro, to then say they should be the ones to die when real men of God pray? What did it say? What did it say in the end part? Therefore
have they prayed for the weak.
That's what the Bible says. Therefore they have prayed for the weak, because we're strong. We got the studs and the shields and the garments and the Passover and the sacrifice and coming through the ranks, building up, getting stronger, fighting Satan, not watching porn, not doing drugs, not getting high, not sleeping with whores, not doing any, going against what Satan would want you to do and doing what God said. We doing that Passover. We got YAHANNA coming up. We got Day of Atonement coming up. We got camps coming up. We got classes coming up. We would love to be at home with our wives and children, of course. We would love to be laid up on the couch, knowing we're an Israelite, waiting for Christ to return. But that ain't what the job calls. That ain't what this job is. Don't you know what you signed up for? You in the I.S.U.P.K, it is vital that you do this thing.
That's right.
I'm not tooting my own horn or nothing, but I worked a 12-hour slave today. But I already let Officer Kowal know, hey, man, could I rock it out Wednesday night? Got up out of there, came up in here and wanted to put the work in. Got to. I'm again not too. It's not a special to me, but it's the men and the family, like Officer Bankayal was saying earlier, the family, and doing that. Okay. Please keep going.
The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 7 and verse 43. But the day of doom shall be the end of this time.
The day of doom shall be the end of this time.
And the beginning of the immortality for to come.
Oh, the immortality.
Wherein corruption is past.
This is beautiful. I love that word, immortality. For all you simple Christians out there, that don't mean you some superhero on Marvel and DC. What it is saying, however, is the life that we're going to live. When that doomsday comes, that day of doom shall be the end of this time, and the beginning of the immortality for to come, is because the things that kill us early, or the things that take our life, police, jail, drugs, violence, diseases, these things won't be no more. Meaning the food you eat isn't going to contribute to disease and death, because now that we eat the right things, it's manufactured and produced the right way. It's more healthy. And I'm not talking about what's the non-GMOs. I mean literally a world of the kingdom of heaven. The water is going to be better. Everything, the air is going to be better. Young men aren't killing each other and taking their lives. Sisters aren't aborting their children. So the longevity of life, the quality of life, you have a brother who's, I don't know, 90, 100 years old, beard long as can be, looking at his children and his grandchildren and possibly his great-grandchildren, if the Lord allow him to live that long. But the immortality and the inability of the other nations to even touch you. Right. The Lord gonna bring the power. I done brought this out before. We waiting to get the power. That power is so powerful. Remember, Peter got the power. So we trying to get that power. It's so bad in a good way. It's so bad that even your enemies will die in their sleep when they think to come against the children of Israel. The immortality is there or will be there. Okay. Come on, Baba Kashaw.
Book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 7 and verse 44. Intemperance is at an end. Infidelity is cut off. Righteousness is grown, and truth is sprung up.
So what is it saying? We already read about the opposite of this, right? We read about the wickedness being brought up. We read about corruption grown up. Now we're reading about the flip side. Now we're reading about the good side. We're reading about what? When it says intemperance is at an end, what is intemperance? It's discipline. Your discipline, temperance is discipline. Intemperance is you're not disciplined. And we've been hella wrong here in this place. You got to have some discipline. You got to have discipline, man. You can't be rolling around doing whatever you want to do. Can't Shalom, y'all should shut up. To why? Them intemperance is at an end. Not being disciplined is out the window. Now it's time to be disciplined. Now is the time to be right. That's what it's saying. Intemperance is at an end. Infidelity is cut off. Infidelity is done. We want fidelity. Infidelity is whorish and going against the Lord. A woman has a husband, a man, and she goes and is in infidelity, laying with other men. We ain't doing that no more. We're not going against the Lord no more. Okay. Let me see about, and truth is sprung up. That's what you're seeing now. Truth is sprung up. Truth is going down every day. UPK'd out. And that's the importance of what we're doing. That's why when what we do is so vital. And some men don't understand that. Some men let it go. They can't handle it. They drop it. They walk away from it. They get selfish. They don't keep discipline. That's why you got to have men around you that are disciplined to keep you going. I think every single one of these brothers in the UPK kept me disciplined, even when I got weak too. Even when I got to make a few phone calls, got to take a few trips. It'll be all right. But some, it ain't for some. No problem. That whole many are called, but few are chosen is real. All right. If you could, excuse me, if you could please, Baba Kashaw, drop down to verse 56, same chapter.
This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 7 and verse 56. For while we lived and committed iniquity, we considered not that we should begin to suffer for it after death.
What is it saying? While we living thinking it's YOLO out here, you living and continuing in the iniquity, the life that you living in that iniquity, you being alive doesn't validate what you're doing because you could pay for it after death. What it could come back to you. That don't mean just because you sinning now and nothing happened to you, that's just it. Because it could come back and bite you in the end. And what is this also saying? This is also bringing out what? That you come back, that you do pay for what you do, good or bad. It's just determined on whether it's good according to the Lord or bad according to the Lord. It ain't good or bad according to you. One thing that people get confused, especially Christians and the church, is that you think everybody's like you.
Right.
You think everybody thinks like you. So you think Jeffrey Dahmer is a bad man. Jeffrey Dahmer didn't think he was a bad man. Because of that, he did what he did. He doing what he doing. But Christians are so dumb that they think, oh, well, homosexuality is wrong. Now you think everybody think like your dumb ass.
Right.
No, it don't go according to how you think. It go according to what God think. Keep going, please.
The book of Second Ezra, chapter 7, and verse 57. Then answered he me and said, this is the condition of the battle.
This is the condition of the battle.
Which man that is born upon the earth shall fight.
What are we doing here? What is life about? What were we just reading and breaking down about? Godly men who prayed for the weak, prayed for the ungodly, prayed for the wicked, because at one time you was too. But now we reading about the condition, what you supposed to be doing. And if I could, what else does a real man want? Do you want to sit around and Netflix all day? You please come on. We here,
right?
Come on.
You're right, because I mean that's why little Negroes join gangs. They do dangerous stuff. They want to feel that extreme masculinity, warlike vibe, and they want to just be outside doing hardcore stuff, and it's in the wrong spirit. But they channel that right spirit into what you're saying, what this Bible's bringing out. Men will learn how to fight, and then too, just the mental strength of it. You know what I'm saying? We are fatherless generation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we don't even learn how to fight. We learn how to be like our moms. Yeah. Sitting around pouting and gossiping and popping lips and not forgiving niggas. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Holding a grudge. Yeah. Quick to cut a nigga off like your mama. It's crazy. They're not fighting because there's all these curses. Everything you're bringing out is heavy. And that's what we need in this time right now.
Yes. Please. Yes, please.
It's like, if I may, this really amplifies what we teach in the UPK about life. And it's not all peaches and cream. It's not about you pursuing your happiness. Life is war.
Life is war. Absolutely. Life is war. Absolutely. That's kind of where I was going with it. No. We here. we good. You good. Okay. This ain't Aratazar show. It's the UPK. You know what I'm saying? So if could you read that from the middle, from which man?
The Second Ezra, chapter 7, and verse 50. It's like verse 50, no, 57. That's where I'm at. Yes, verse 57. Then answered he me and said, this is the condition of the battle.
Of the battle. The battle. Is this a fight? This is the condition of the battle. Okay, these words, each word is meaning something here. It ain't say the condition of relaxation or the condition of, freedom. Right. This is battle. We in a battle every day. Come on.
Come. Which man that is born upon the earth shall fight?
Which man that is born upon the earth shall fight? You better fight this battle. You better win too. That's the thing. You better fight this battle and win, and you not doing it alone. I gotta look. Earlier today, I made a phone call. Hey, Sluggy, sir, I'm checking in. I'm using other niggas' phone. I don't care. What am I gonna say? Oh, I couldn't. There was no way I could contact this man and tell him my report. Oh, I couldn't. I don't know. Excuse me. So forget that. You know what I'm saying? I was damn near about to use the company phone. They got the joint on with the cord on it, and you got to do like that. I don't care. I'm gonna make sure he know. Please.
That's right. As far as too, this heavy because the heathens, they really don't fight. Like their condition of battle is nothing. They have no laws. Yeah. So they're not at odds. The Israelite, these laws, and when this book is written, you can't eat pork. You go to that buffet, you better say no to those sausages over there. Yeah. You go to work, you can't participate in the Halloween holiday party. You see this white woman, you can't have sex with that white woman. I don't care what she look like.
Don't do it.
Yeah, African, you're always at odds. You better pay your time. Don't that check look good. That ain't gonna hurt if you may think it will. Yeah. But you battling every day with everything. And it should be easy, but some people it's a fight. So you get out the bed in the morning. That just what's that brother said? It's like a full-time job not to kill a nigga. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because they get on your nerves. You have to fight that urge to want to hurt your brother. Yeah. The life is war. You constantly have to fight. You want to put your hands on your rib because you run out of mouth. You can't do that. Your kid's out of control. Stop acting white. Y'all sit down. You got to fight that urge. Like everything is war. But the heathen, No. What do they fight? They lose money. He kills himself.
He kills himself.
He don't fight nothing.
Physically, right?
Physically,
He'll kill himself.
Yeah.
Or
he gives into the lust of child. He's a predator.
Yes.
He sees that child of the other man. He goes right for it.
Yeah.
He doesn't fight anything. He does whatever he wants.
He don't. And if we talk physically in war too, he don't fight. He shoot or he drop bombs.
Yeah, he's not fighting fair.
I know what you're saying,
right.
But I'm adding the physical part too. Right, he don't fight. He don't fight.
Yeah, he don't fight, and he'll drop a bomb on you and kill innocent people.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, like he doesn't have that fear of the Lord. You know what I'm saying, or the love for humanity. That's why animals are extinct. Everything he does is kill. He don't fight.
Yo, when you were bringing out the animals that day, I didn't know it was that far gone with the extinction level of how many more animals are gone because of him. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you weren't bringing out extinct animals, but the list of animals that God was speaking on, I bet if we look it up, he done wiped them out. Like the white man done got rid of them.
Yeah, the heathens. Like that's what they do. You know what I'm saying? The angels, even the animals are endangered and extinct because there's no law. He just does what he wants. He don't fight the earth. So I'm not gonna kill this baby, hooting owl.
Man, I gotta do that. Oh, I got a story.
It's a beautiful bird.
I got a story. I'm over here. I'm feeling like I'm down there. If I could, I got a good story. A certain captain came to my crib. I ain't gonna name him because I don't want him to look a certain way. It's good, but he came to the crib and we found a turtle. This is going right to what you're saying. He found a turtle and it was like a baby turtle. And he was, running around or whatever, and everything was cool. So he took a shoebox and he put the turtle in the shoebox. And you could tell the little turtle was kind of like scared or something like that. And what we all noticed in that moment was, the turtle, the turtle was really scared in there, but it can't talk. But we're looking at his mannerisms. So the captain was like, yeah, man, I'm gonna take this turtle back home. I'm gonna take this turtle home with me, man. I'm gonna raise him, whatever. But then the turtle started peeing. Now, I don't know if that's a sign that it's scared, but you scare a kid and he start pissing on himself, he's scared. So we all kind of thought at like the same time, like, man, just let the turtle go, man. Like we don't want to. I know this story sounds like, how the hell are you talking about turtles? But it was the part that you're saying, Officer Kowal, is like, we have that in us to be, I don't know, empathetic to people and nature and all that stuff. The white man don't. White man would have ate the turtle. Devil would have took the turtle and sauteed the turtle. But Israel, that captain I'm speaking on, he saw it and was like, I'm gonna let him go. Which what I found very, very, different. But it kind of taught me something at the same time. As hard and as hardcore as these brothers are, we know the switch to turn it up, or when we gotta be kind of, at bay with stuff like that. James said, the Christian church taught us how to fight against the Most High and how to destroy each other. Absolutely. Absolutely. Christian church evil as hell. Your mama take you to church. My next question is, when did you get molested? My bad. I'm for real, because you can kind of see it on people, man. But please continue at 58, Baba Kasha.
Verse 58. That if he be overcome, he shall suffer as thou hast said. But if he get the victory, he shall receive the thing that I say.
Right. So if you get overcome with those things and you don't fight, and you allow these things in the world to take you over, you allow your thoughts and Satan to get in your mind about another man, the thoughts and Satan to get in your mind about a sister or something at the job or whatever, or you allow those things to overcome you, then you're going to lose the fight. you're going to lose the fight. That's what we're here for. Yes, Satan tempted Christ too in his mind, tried to get him, but he fought it with the scriptures. We sitting here saying the same thing. And this is speaking to the men. This is going to you brothers up in here, including myself. We got to be cautious of those things. Talk to your brothers. Here's a quick, how you recognize it is because Satan's going to talk to you like you're you. Satan's not going to talk to you like he's a second person or a third person. He's going to talk to you like you're saying it to yourself. You go to your job and you bump into a nigga walking in through the gate. You bump into him. Satan's not going to say, that nigga just bumped into you. Right. Satan's going to say, why that nigga bumping into me? Like it's you. Same thing that goes on in here. It's important that we have these rules and regulations. That's why it's bringing up a part of the fight. Because if Satan's trying his best, especially in this time, to really I'll use the example I gave earlier for Officer Zion. So we, UPK, we got a certain time you got to check in. I'm at my slave. I'm on the truck. So you can't use your phone while you're on the truck. And certain dead parts in the place, it don't work. So immediately time is running up, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. So I got to get this to him by 12. My phone not working. I can't get signal connection. I don't know what's going on. So I'm monitoring the time. Immediately in my mind, I was like, I'll hit him up later. I'll call him when I get off. It's saying to me, I'll do it later. He'll understand. I'll just let him know my situation. That's Satan on a small scale trying to get me to go against the protocol, right? Ratazai ain't no bitch. So I say, fuck that. I'm going to find a way to let him know before 12 o'clock. I hopped off the truck, forget these machines, forget this truck. I go to a brother there and I say, can I use your phone? I got to make a phone call. The brother said, you got to call Zion. Yep. Yep. So he's familiar, but he knew, even he's like, yeah, you got to make that call because he knows when I stop on Wednesdays and stuff like that. But I used the phone, made the call. Now we good. How hard was that? Now imagine if I wait till 6, 7 o'clock and I got to explain, oh, I couldn't hit you up. You couldn't use somebody's phone? Nah, hell no. Because that's the battle. That's the fight on a small scale. Okay. Read on, please.
Verse 59.
Hey, by the way, I got the victory.
Right.
Like it says. I got that victory. Come on.
2 Ezra chapter 7 and verse 59. For this is the life whereof Moses spake unto the people while he lived, saying, choose thee life that thou mayest live.
And that's what we doing. Choosing life that we may live. What's the precept to this here? When the Lord said, choose life rather than death, paraphrasing, you better recognize what's going on. You better choose life. How do you choose life? By doing what God says to do and listening to the men of God. Please.
It's heavy that what you were saying about just being able to complete the small tasks, right?
That's right.
You talking about choosing life over death is continuing to do the small things right, so that way when the hard thing do come, you know what I'm saying, you won't overthink that thing. You know what I'm saying? If we listen to our own voice and we fail those small tests, when it's time to get that big thing that comes, that that temptation that pops up out of your corner of your eye, it's kind of hard. It'll be extremely hard for you to defeat it if we can't complete the small tasks. And that's the same thing we talking about choosing life. You showing up to class, we teaching class, we going to camp, you making those sacrifices. So when the day come when you're not able to be available, you still say, you know what, let me find a way to do it. You know what I mean?
Right.
And if we learn how to do that, because in this world, nobody challenged you to do right.
Nobody.
Who challenged you to do right? You only get challenged if somebody, who value you in their life, but most of the people that we're around without knowing this truth, who's going to stop you from going after some married chick? Who's going to stop you? Who's going to stop you from getting a divorce?
Right. Yes.
Who's going to?
If anything, they pushing you. I'm sorry. They pushing you to do that.
Right. So we talk about choosing life. What you were saying earlier about, what I'm saying, what you were saying about the evil, the scriptures talk about the evil. Man, how it's so prevalent in the earth is evil everywhere outside the doors of this school. Like it's the same thing. So outside of this school, if you're not choosing life to abide in what Christ laid out for us to follow, law, statutes, and commandments, you're choosing death.
Every day.
Every day. It's so prevalent in the earth, man. Nothing in this earth is off limits now. You want drugs? Move to Colorado. Move to California.
Walk outside.
Walk outside. Legalize everywhere. You want to marry a man to get this, whatever, go do it.
What was that I was bringing out? Marrying cars and trees.
Come.
So, all right.
No, nobody's stopping anybody from being evil, but they'll tell you that this nation was founded on Christianity.
They will absolutely say that.
Come.
They'll say it's founded on Christianity from the Bible. What the water for that? The water for that, sir, is absolutely there and pushing. And I would say they pushing for that more. Like he said, nobody's pushing you to do the right thing. They pushing everything to be wrong. That's why us four in here, we small, but there ain't nobody else right now in Fayetteville at 8 o'clock doing this. Y'all done came out, all three of y'all got family and multiple children. Like work, like that alone is like, it's enough for men and women to say, you know what? I need to go in that little sanctuary right there and see what they got going on. I need to see what they talking about. I need to see, why did these men here, these men who would have never crossed paths in life if it wasn't for that Bible, I would have never came across Officer Zion in life if it weren't for the Lord. I would have never came across Officer Kowal, Officer Bankayal, ever. They're brothers, but I would have never, more than like, we in the same Fayetteville, I would probably never met them. Military backgrounds and all that, they never crossed paths. Officer Zion, you from Georgia, never really crossed paths for real. But because of this thing, I'm thankful that right now we can do this and just be here like this. The internet thing is one thing, that's beautiful, but the here, just us four growing, Lord allowed, before Christ's return, we got 10, 20 more years and, looking the same. You know what I mean? But anything else y'all wanted to tap on? I didn't want to be. Okay, cool. Could we go to real fast? I had it pulled up. I'm sorry. Bear with me. And if there's any questions, y'all more than welcome to ask online. Okay. It's Deuteronomy 30. Deuteronomy 30 and 15. Taking a little second. Yeah, that's it. Deuteronomy 30 and 15, please.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 30, and verse 15. See, I have set before thee this day life and good, and death and evil.
Now, what is the Lord saying? Something we just read that Moses was dropping. However, we reading something in one of the books of Moses about God talking about life and death. So what is important about this here? What's important about this here is that you got a choice to choose. Meaning, what come with it is what come with it. So you can't get mad at the Lord for a choice that you made. So when the Lord said, see, I have set before thee this day life and good and death and evil. Keep going.
Verse 16. In that I command thee this day to love the Lord thy God
That was a commandment to love the Lord thy God. I was talking to a Christian today talking about loving God. And I asked him, how do you love God? And he said, with all your heart, all your mind, all your spirit, all your soul. And I knew where he was going with it. But then he followed it up by saying, there's nothing I have to do to love God. You know what I mean? Well,
no, that's heavy. That's what the Christian church pushes. And you know what I found out? It's every denomination that believes that. I don't care what they fall under. Pentecostal, holiness, AME, Zion, Hold My Mule, all of them say the same thing. All I have to do is confess it with my mouth.
I don't owe God.
I don't owe God nothing. He paid the cost. So I don't owe. They had to pay an owe thing. Because Christ paid, that means they don't owe. But it's the total opposite. It's crazy. And they really, really believe that. And that's why the Christians are so bold in ignorance. Not bold in faith, bold in ignorance.
Yeah.
And they'll go to bat with you. Sheer grit. Yeah. To be like, I don't owe that. I don't have to do that. Y'all doing that when Christ already did it for us.
Yeah.
So it's like we're crazy to them.
Absolutely.
So you're right. It's like they don't owe anything. They don't feel like they have to do a thing because the thing's already been done by one man, so that we can all just molest,
do whatever.
Yeah, it's total anarchy. It's crazy.
Which is exactly the point of. So if that's the case, then everything is off limits. Everything's cool. It's whatever. Ball game on everything. But dumb Christians think everyone thinks like them. No, I wouldn't steal from a man or murder a man or touch his children or steal his money or whatever. But that's not how. That's right. They're not you. They're going to do that to you. They're going to steal from you. They're going to kill your babies and drop bombs on you. They're going to do that. But now it turns into, why would they shoot Charlie Kirk like that? Because dumb, they don't think like you think they do. They're not thinking like you. You might think that was wrong. They think it was totally right to do that. So when it says, in that I command thee this day to love the Lord thy God, and the water for that. So hold on, I lost my place. I'm sorry. Oh, verse 16. In that I command thee this day to love the Lord thy God, to walk in his ways, and to keep his commandments and his statutes and his judgments. Not only do you love the Lord thy God, but you do this. You have to do these things. Walk in his ways, keep the law, statutes, and commandments. Those things is what we laid out off the rip. Every class I've ever seen, taught, heard, been in person, we always lay that down. There's something you have to do. You have to. And if you choose not to do that thing, then you're choosing the death, like it said in the beginning, and that evil come with it. Choosing death is, we tell you to stop getting high, stop eating pork, stop sleeping with whores. You go and do that, and then you get the cancers and gouts. You get the lung cancers. You get the diseases from having sex with hoes. You wonder why the evil is there. You wondering, why would God do this? Why, God? Why? Maybe you're not doing something you're supposed to be doing for him. Did not in the Old Testament they call the Lord the terrible power? Yes, they did. Why did Christ flip it and call him the Father in the New Testament? Because he's not called the Father in the Old Testament. He's called the terrible power. He's called, his name is in the Old Testament, but Christ flipped it on him and called him the Father. Because in order to understand the relationship, the level of God and Christ and the Israelites, people don't really understand terrible power and this entity. But when you say the Father, now you kind of start understanding how he's doing the things he's doing, because you have a father too. When your daddy tell you what to do, you do it. And if you don't do it, you get your spanking. You get what happens to you. Well, if you choose to eat that pork and get high and you get those diseases and, you know, your foot get cut off, well, I guess your daddy's punishing you. A Gadite brother at the slave pulled me to the side. He's an arrogant asshole. I'm sorry. Can I say asshole? He's an arrogant asshole. And he, you know, is always hoop lying about stuff and you know, talking negative about the Bible, thinking it's going to rile me up because I'm not in there teaching the Bible at all. But the things he's saying, I was kind of giving him you might want to go back and read that. So he pulled me to the side and all that funny stuff went out the window. And he pulled me to the side and said, I got a question for you about God. Seriously. I said, well, you asked the right man. He says, why would God allow good people to die in horrific ways? And I said, well, who are you talking about? He was like, how do you know I'm talking about somebody? Because you wouldn't ask me. You must be talking about somebody. And he says a family member of his got cancer and died, but she was a beautiful woman, a nice woman, did good things her whole life, never, you know, swatted a fly, and died of cancer in a horrible way, which made him think about himself. And so I said, remember when you were telling me about why you beat your son for going against what you said? He was like, yeah, for sure. I said, well, that God, that father had to spank your relative a little bit. He got it, but he didn't want to accept it. He fully understood what I meant. He fully understood when he beat his son for doing the wrong thing. But when I take it to that spiritual level of, well, maybe God ain't, you know, maybe he's not all loving like we keep trying to say he is. Maybe he's putting a little bit of belt to ass when it comes to us as a people. So I told him simply, I said, look, you know, my condolences, because he's a Gadite brother, so his whole family's us. I said, condolences to your relative. I said, but brother, I said, it's kind of a sign for you to kind of tighten up and get your stuff together also. So we got classes in Fayetteville. You're more than welcome to come through. You know what I'm saying? You know, he looked like a Gadite brother too, all in the face. You know what I'm saying? He was telling me about the regalias and stuff, where we can get them from with the beads, fringe joints, all that stuff. So he, you know, nice Gadite brother, but you know, all that hoopla and funny stuff went out the window when, you know, I actually had to give him a real answer. I'm saying all that to say, I'm trying to tell him so he can have a chance to choose life, you know, and he's in his mid 50s. So if we're talking about age or time, a lot of brothers ain't got a lot of time left. So regardless of whatever people think and feel, because we all know the Lord give and take life. So right. I'm not saying just because he's getting older, he's going to check out. I'm just saying for when I was talking to him to understand, you know, we don't want to, you know, disregard what men of God are saying. And that goes for everybody. Hopefully I'm reaching out here online. You know what I mean? Could you read on, please? I forgot.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 30 and verse 16.
The what? Yes.
In that I command thee this day to love the Lord thy God, to walk in his ways, and to keep his commandments and his statutes and his judgments, that thou mayest live and multiply. And the Lord thy God shall bless thee in the land, whether thou goest to possess it.
And this is why we doing what we doing. You know, we could do this day in and day out. But mainly, is to get this right here. That's what we do. We ain't doing this for ourselves. Like I said earlier, some of us are good to go. Financially, we done came up, we got a roof over our head, we eat every day, but out there, they don't. So we're trying to get to this point. What we're trying to do is get us to walk in his ways and to keep his commandments and his statutes. Everything Officer Kowal just read. And we can absolutely do it. James said, when I learned to love God in the Christian church, it allowed me to do wrong. When I learned through the U.P.K. how to love the Most High, I transformed into a new man and learned how not to break the law. Big ups to you, James. Big ups to you, man. Big ups to you, man. That's awesome, man. And guess what, James? We did the same thing. Guess what, James? We did the same thing. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's vitally important, man. I thank the Lord every day for it. That's awesome, man. Hope to see you soon. Hope to see you up here rocking the microphone too. Camps and all. All right. Please keep going.
Verse 17. But if thine heart turn away, so that thou wilt not hear.
But if thine heart turn away, so that thou wilt not hear. So for any Christian saying, it's in my heart, it's in my mind. Okay. But the Lord's saying, if you turn from hearing it, meaning somebody's got to be telling you. It ain't no secret magical thing whispering in your brain. It's men of the Lord telling you, which is what we trying to do. That's all. We want what's so wrong about saying, let's get off the drugs. So that way police and the judges don't have something that they can have a job for by locking you up and putting their hands on you and beating you in the street and locking you up in jail, talking about continuance, talking about your court date is November 1st, but we're going to do a continuance and you can't make bail. Now your court date is March. Now you done been in jail for 7 months. Continuance again. Now you in jail all the way until August. You know what I'm saying? When we going to look and say, hey, what's so wrong about saying get off the drugs? You got, like I said earlier, you got mothers in their bedrooms getting high while the kids out there starving. Diapers hanging down to their knees, full of piss and doo-doo. Ain't been changed in 2 days. Ain't ate in 2 days. You got your father that may or may not be alive because of Esau. And if he is alive, let's hope he's not on drugs. And if he's not on drugs, let's hope he's in your life. You know what I mean? But chances are they not. When we look out here in these streets and this wickedness out, it's hell. It's horrible. Anytime Satan, I'm going to tell you something for real. Anytime Satan tries to get me to go against these brothers, I think about those brothers out there. And I see exactly what he's trying to do and what he's trying to say. That's why, like, even when I came in, I'm not tooting my own horn or nothing. I'm not doing that. I'm just saying exactly what I'm trying to do right. This man here is over me. But when I came in, I asked for a favor, Salaki, if you could. You mind reading for me? Because we're here. Yeah, I got you. Ain't no thing. Okay. Because even though reading is small, we'll read for ourselves if we have to. I saw Cap Sock G reading for himself. You know what I mean? But it's the brotherhood. It's, hey, if you may, could you please? Like, yeah, I got you. Officer Zion do the same thing quick. Officer Kowal, this Officer Kowal's class night. You know what I'm saying? You got it. But I'm saying all this to say what? Because I don't want my heart to turn away. I don't want my ear to be listening to Satan and thinking no nonsense. I want to absolutely be sure that I'm in my right mind for the Lord because of what we're going to have to face out there. And I'm not saying these brothers or I'm not speaking for anybody else but me in this moment. But if thine heart turn away so that thou wilt not hear, I'm just trying to hear and do. That's what I'm saying. I'm hearing it and trying to do it. and do it right. Keep going, please.
But shalt be drawn away and worship other gods and serve them, I denounce unto you this day that ye shall surely perish, and that ye shall not prolong your days upon the land, whether thou passeth over Jordan to go on to possess it.
And this is what's important, like I was bringing out in the Apocrypha earlier, the value and the importance of what we doing. This right here, this here is so important because nobody else does it. Nobody else is doing this here. It's 4 men in here. 4. It's a lot of work for 4 men, but nobody else is going to do it. If it ain't these 4 men, I'm good. If it ain't these 4 brothers, y'all can have it. Y'all can have it, because it ain't nothing else but death. It ain't nothing else but you not seeing, what needs to be done. It ain't about Aratazah Palah. It's about the Lord. And beautifully done is that how much these brothers put in that work. Okay. If you could, please, could you drop down to verse chapter 31 and verse 5.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 31 and verse 5. And the Lord shall give them up before your face, that ye may do unto them according unto all the commandments which I have commanded you.
Right, to do all those things. You must do all those things. Not walk around and say how you love Jesus and it's in your mind and you don't have to do nothing. How stupid could you be? Do you go to your job and do nothing and get paid for it? Dumb. Do you just do nothing when you get home? Do you do nothing to cut your grass? Do you do nothing to wash your ass? Do you do nothing? You just do nothing. So even in that, you do something. So when it comes to God and Christ and the Israelites and the truth of this Bible, are you going to do nothing? You have to do something. Didn't Christ talk about it? You got to do, you don't just be waiting around. Don't just be standing around waiting for the kingdom to come in. Put some work in, man. You don't got to be the best speaker or the best dressed Israelite in Israel. Do something, man. Start there. Do something. And it better be right. Keep them laws, statutes, and them commandments. It better be right. But what did Moses say here in verse 6?
Verse 6. Be strong and of good courage.
Be strong and of good courage. The men in the UPK are strong and have courage to go and face the Christians. Christians come out like roaring, believing in that nonsense and that lie, standing on the nonsense. You ever see a Christian get like heated for real? You ever see a Christian try to talk and then you say, and you being strong in it, and you just trying to converse. Oh yeah, brother, I'm not done. Right. Damn, man, you just, you know what I'm saying? Just trying to have a conversation on this Bible thing with you. No, you ain't gonna get me with that trickery. You ain't gonna, them words you be using. And you like, yo, where is this? Like, being strong and of courage, hitting them camp, hitting them streets, that take courage. Some brothers may have come in the truth and was like, I don't know if I can speak. I don't really talk good, or I don't think I can say it like he does, whatever. Now you got brothers who speak very well, battle amazingly, and do it to perfection because of that strength and that courage. That strength and courage will go farther than you think. That strength and that courage to come up in here, sit up behind this camera, sit up on those streets, talk, go, where was that? Not the courthouse, but the strength and courage. Y'all went to the, where y'all stopped the guy at the door. The council meeting. Yeah, you got people in there voicing their opinions or whatever, but the strength and courage to put on things that say what it say, resurrection, ghetto angels, and then to wear these things and go there like that takes strength and courage, man. That takes strength and courage to step before the powers that are of today and then say, you know, this is what we need to get done. This is what we got to do. Yes, please. Baba Kasha.
So like I think reading these scriptures and understanding the duties of Moses and Elijah and the prophets that came before us, you read these stories and you find out that they were Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians.
That's right.
And they was amongst heathens, and maybe they didn't speak their language as fluent. You know, Moses had, you know, he talking, you know, he having a conversation with the Most High, and he was still like, Lord, you don't know about this. And you read these stories, you realize Moses was a brother. Yes. So once you look in the Bible and you find yourself in them scriptures, and you will see like all the things that we've overcome, like that encourages us to put your hands to the plow and keep going. You know what I mean? And you also realize that when you know the truth, it makes anybody that's in the world defeatable. You understand? You know the Most High with you, it makes whatever enemy that comes up against you, it makes them easily defeatable. You understand? So you're not marvel, like you said, at the big words or the definitions that they may find. You would just be like, man, this life is simple. And that's knowing the truth allows you to defeat any of those enemies. But when you don't know this thing, you be sketchy on everything.
Remember you were telling me about not trying to talk about.
Come on, let's do it.
What you say? But the remember you were telling me about the club thing, and you went back in and they were waiting.
Yeah.
But like nobody in here, we ain't punks, but it's that thing like, damn, I know what's coming. Like if I'm getting what you're saying, that like, oh man, like damn. Like that sinking feeling, that
brother.
Please, I just reminded me of what you said.
It's knowing that. Guess what? We think that you're nervous, but when people don't know that the Most High with you, whatever nervous that you have, whatever that thought that you have, or we facing, like they don't even they don't see it out. It's not there at all. You understand? Because we don't know what they hear when they hear you speak anymore. They understand this. This is somebody of the Lord right here. I better be very careful about what they say, about what I say to this brother. You know what I'm saying? How I treat this sister.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? And me and Kawal talk about this all the time. We walk in the world. We don't know what people see out.
Yeah. Oh, can I tell you?
Come on.
Remember at the car wash, and I was up there, and you and Bonka, y'all came up there, and y'all had everything on. It was just regular. What up? I was like, what up, man? Yeah. You just came to say what's up. It was just coming up. When y'all left, I don't know if I told you this before. When y'all left, remember the taller brother, light-skinned brother doing the pressure one on the pressure washing end. Yeah, the bald brother, tall brother. He pulled me to the side and was like, "Yo, who are they?" And I'm not saying it exaggerated or Christian-y. I'm saying it how they said it. They pulled me to the side and was like, "Yo, who are those guys? Who's who?" Because you got people coming in and out. I'm not thinking about you and Bonka. It was like, who is that? I was like, that's Officer Zion, Officer Bonka. Y'all, it was coming to say what's up. I don't know, man. I was like, you all right? Did they say something to you? He was like, I don't know, man. It's just something about them. I was like, yeah, they mean, right? they mean, right? They was like, nah, this is true for real. He was like, nah, they just like, and he went like this. He went, nah. He just got something about them, man. They just, and he doing this. They just got something about them, man. Like he's doing the hands. He's like, now y'all already gone. He was like, like this, like something in here. Now we know we not floating in shit, but he's saying that, not me. He in the world like everybody else, but you saying we don't know what they saying. We don't know what they saying, but I know what I see with my brothers. But that's a true story. He was like, I don't know. It's just, and he was just kept doing like this, and he shook his head, and I said, well, we got classes in Fayetteville down, and he was like, all right, I'm gonna have to check that out. And I don't know what happened with the brother, but we closed the car wash and stuff. But yeah, so you absolutely 100% dead on. It just reminded me of that when that brother said that. We don't know what they seen. We don't know. I'll say this. I know what I saw when I was coming out the world and I was watching Cap Nyatha, Cap Mashat, Cap Tazar, the generals. I know what I saw. And I was like, I got to tighten up if I'm going to roll with them. You know what I'm saying? I got to tighten up if I'm going to roll with them. So the water for that. The water for that. Where we at with the time? About 8:30. Is we doing the 9 thing or the 8:30 thing? Okay. Could I pull two more scripts, and then we can wrap it up going so we're not running past time. All right. Could we get Psalm 133 and 2? And could I get Ecclesiastes 9 and 8? Like I was saying, I was trying to keep it on the value and the importance of us, of the work we doing and what we laying down. I hope I wasn't all over the place. I hope I kept it, in line. I try to, pattern after the men that showed me the way and represent Officer Kowal's class and Officer Zion City well. You know what I mean? I ain't trying to disappoint. So Psalms 133 and 2, please.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 133 and verse 2. It is like the precious ointment upon the head.
Oh, could we read verse 1?
Yep, come on. Verse 1. A song of degrees of David.
Yeah.
Behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity.
That is everything. And that ain't talking about going out to the clubs or going to some house party. That's talking about in the truth. Right. That's not a script for everybody where it's just saying, oh yeah, I went out and we had a great time. Ain't nobody get shot this time. No, that's talking about in the truth, which is why in my mind, I go back to this when Satan be trying me, when them demons be trying to play games. No, because this here, could you read it again, please?
The book of Psalms, chapter 133, and verse 1. Behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity.
Keep going.
It is like the precious ointment upon the head.
It is like the precious ointment upon the head. Meaning, when you get that oil, it smells good. Ointment of oil is supposed to heal you. It gets poured on your head, and it's glorious because it means something. Dwelling together in unity with these brothers means something. Those cookouts that we put on means something. Us four in this room means something. Those Passovers and Hanukkahs and all of this means something. It means something. And it's beautiful. Like the ointment poured on the head. Please read on.
That ran down upon the beard.
That ran down upon the beard. I ain't got a damn beard yet. But run down the beard. Keep going.
Even Aaron's beard that went down to the skirts of his garments.
Went down to it covered him with that beautiful oil. That covered him with that smells good. It heals you. It's for you. It's brotherhood. That's what it's for. Is that it on that one?
as the dew of Hermon, and as the dew that descended upon the mountains of Zion. Right. For the Lord commanded the blessing, even life forevermore.
That's right. Could we get what was it, Ecclesiastes 9 and 8 real fast if we could?
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 9 and verse 8. Let thy garments be always white.
Now you dumb Negroes done went and put on white garments, didn't you? You done went out and read the scripture and put on all white. You done went out and put on all white for what? Not knowing what it's talking about. It ain't talking about only put on all white. That simple broad, what's her name, wears all white all the time. Lisa Ray or whoever that is. She talking about she wear white all the time, can't wear nothing else. The hell you wearing all white all the time for? Now, if you want to wear all white all the time, all right. But that ain't what the Lord's saying. The Lord said, let thy garments be always white. Why? Because white represents keeping it clean, meaning you. If you Negroes would have been clean and stayed clean, you wouldn't have to put on no white garments because you kept it clean. You wouldn't have to go chase white women and getting high and all that stuff. You kept your garment clean if you stayed right. That's what it's not telling you to go put on white garments. It's saying, let thy garments be always white. Stay clean. Stay professional. Don't go get high. Don't go and sleep with whores. Damn sure don't go back into the world. You know what I mean? Keep your garments white. Stay right. Okay. Keep going.
And let thy head lack no ointment.
Brothers, stay strong up in here. Let thy head lack no ointment. Be strong. Okay. Like we just read. Smells good, looks good. You know what I'm saying? I know when we go to that Passover and they call us up to get that oil, but we right there. We right there. Okay. Let me see here. That's it on that one, right? Awesome. It's beautiful. Anything, y'all, Tawab? Most High Christ. I got one more. I think I got it in this over here. Bear with me real fast. Kind of tapped in on a couple other things. Yeah, we already hit that second interest. It was y'all can help me out, Baba Kasha. It was about oh man, I'm losing it. It was on this topic. It'll come to me. I ain't gonna stress it. Okay. But I think we tawab on that one. We don't have any questions online. We good. I'll probably give them a minute. If anybody got any questions, please hit me with them before I roll out or we get down. Glad to have y'all up in here. The water to y'all. The water for y'all online. You know, Passover's coming up. I know we only in September. Nah, we already here. We'll go ahead and start saving your funds. Just to throw it out there. Put a few dollars to the side now. We don't know where we're going yet. You know, so might have to fly. Might have to drive a little bit. So go ahead. I'm just throwing it out there. Go ahead and start prepping your money now. You know what I'm saying? $5, $10 to the side will go a long way when that time comes. Don't be like Israel, how we are. You know, it's February, it's March 1st, and we talking about how much plane tickets cost and all this. Nah. Just to throw it out there. Go ahead and get your money together. Contact your camp leaders. You know, we're all going to know where we're going at the same time, so don't worry about locations. Go ahead and get the money together. Go ahead and get a few dollars to the side, okay? This already, we know it's going to be $200 to get in. We already know it's 200, so you know 200 need to go to the side. We know this. It might be 150, might be 200, but there's 150 plus. Go ahead and just start now. All right. Okay, they ain't asking nothing, so we're good. All right. The water to y'all, and I'm gonna pass the class over to precinct officer Ban Kayal to read the announcements. The water, y'all.
Clap it up, clap it up. I.S.U.P.K security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K. Started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. The book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21. The book of Malachi, chapter 3, verses 8 through 10. Means tenth in the Hebrew is pronounced ma'ashara. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to Treasury Department or teacher. The priest funds, a free will offering for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. The upcoming holy convocations, we have the memorial blowing of trumpets, first day of the 7th month, which will be Sunday, the 21st of September, according to the book of Leviticus, the 23rd chapter, verses 24 through 25. We also have the West Coast Cookout. It's coming up October the 2nd through October the 5th. Get with your camp leader, get your affairs in order, all right? Hope to see you there. We have the I.S.U.P.K Austin, Texas Cookout will be at the end of October, the 30th through November the 2nd, all right? If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black, boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. And with that, I.M.A.J.I.N, which means to stand. Men of Israel, we're going to render one courteous salute to the teacher. Men of Israel, Modern Shabbat, I.M.A.J.I.N, Barak, Yahweh, Shem Yahweh, Shabrakatah. Yada Matah, hands down. Sar, turn to face the sisters. Sisters, I.M.A.J.I.N, which means to stand. Men of Israel, we're going to render one courteous salute to our sisters. I.M.A.J.I.N, Shabbat, I.M.A.J.I.N, Barak, Yahweh, Shema, Lathah, by Shem Yahweh, Shah. Yada Matah, hands down. Class dismissed. Yes. Good to see you up here. Good to see you, man. What you mean?